In the beginning, the days of creation were filled with amazing events. Think of how exciting it must have been for God to create the heavens and the earth out of nothing. If you were going to choose your favorite day of creation, which would it be? I would probably pick 5 and 6, because they were filled with so much excitement. From total silence, the world miraculously came alive with the unfamiliar sounds of animal life. On these days, God created all the animals, large and small, those loud like the lion and others quiet as a mouse. The events of day 5 are recorded in Genesis 1, verses 20 through 22. Then God said, "Let the waters teem with swarms of living creatures, and let birds fly above the earth in the open expanse of the heavens." And God created the great sea monsters and every living creature that moves, with which the waters swarmed after their kind, and every winged bird after its kind. And God saw that it was good. And God blessed them, saying, "Be fruitful, and multiply, and fill the waters in the seas, and let birds multiply on the earth." Yes, friends, day 5 was filled with excitement as God created the fish and the birds. The following day, God continued His creative activities by speaking into existence the animals that live on dry land. Genesis 1, 24 through 25 says, "Then God said, Let the earth bring forth living creatures after their kind, cattle and creeping things, and beasts of the earth after their kind. And it was so. And God made the beasts of the earth after their kind, and the cattle after their kind, and everything that creeps on the ground after their kind. And God saw that it was good." How amazing would it have been to watch God create the animals, from mighty beasts all the way down to the smallest living organisms. But we must remember that God created all these magnificent animals before mankind was created. So we see the animals came first. And later we learn that Adam was created and given the responsibility to name all of the animals. Have you ever wondered how he came up with names like hippopotamus, rhinoceros, aardvark, platypus, koala? Well, from this responsibility, we can see that the first animals probably lived in the garden with Adam. And Adam did a good job of naming the animals, but while doing this, he learned that there wasn't any creation like him. And that's when God took one of his ribs and fashioned it into a woman, a companion suitable for Adam. Well, the scriptures use the attributes of various animals to teach us lessons. For instance, Proverbs 6, verses 6 through 11, mentions an animal that we're all familiar with. "Go to the ant, O sluggard, observe her ways and be wise, which having no chief or ruler, prepares her food in the summer and gathers her provision in the harvest. How long will you lie down, O sluggard? When will you arise from your sleep? A little slumber, a little folding of the hands to rest, and your poverty will come in like a thief, and your need like an armed man." How many of us have ever been out enjoying a picnic in the park or even in our own backyard and had an ant or two or several that invited themselves over to our meal? You know, ants always seem to be on the go. They're always looking for food. Well, Solomon used the ant's common yet powerful example to encourage us to be doing whatever needs to be done. The ants don't have anyone to tell them what to do. They just do it without complaining. And all the ants in the anthill enjoy the benefits from it. They each have their job, but together they all have something to eat. When the weather's cold, when it's raining. But a lazy person often puts off to tomorrow what is best done today. And we can look at other examples as well. We see lessons from bees. We see lessons from oxen. But animals of many different varieties were used to teach some very powerful lessons. And over the next couple of weeks, I invite you to join us each day as we examine some of the lessons that are to be learned from these biblical animals. Friends, we thank you for joining us for our program today. and have a blessed day.